just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Checkered flag's out, P6. That's the end of the session, P7.
Righty here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Indianapolis. Here we are.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 42 Celsius.
59 laps around this track, if I'm not mistaken. We are here in qualifying. We have a relatively small grid tonight. We've had a Michelin or a Michelin Bridgestone tire issue here, and only the Bridgestone are going to be racing here today, so we're only going to have 8 cars on. But we've got some great weather. The track is a little bit warm here tonight. Everything's set up here. Color a flyer here. And just see Baller get.
The leader has just done a 1:00.7.
Oof. Baller. Top 11's a 1.00. Look here, Jasper has also set a lap down. He put down a 1:2:47, so he found himself about 1.8 away. Making full use of the whole track. Cars off ahead. Fortunate. I don't want to. Alec finds himself getting out, hitting that wall. Oh, fortunately. Jasper, I believe, a flying lap here. Let's take what he's got in the tank. Jasper on a 101.141 will improve his time. Will actually drop up his baller, put in at that point. So we should be taking a look here at starting it. Hopefully, baller come across the line there. Fastest lap of 1:02. By popping up here.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 39 Celsius.
Very strange. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Here. don't know what is going on here. If I over gotta be. Oh, maybe I'm stupid. Ah, yes, I am stupid. That is why it's not working. Hooray, it's good to know. Right. Figured out. Wait. So we have currently got a 59.9 baller head, and take a look at that. That is an insanely up. Gonna be a here. Very good through there.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 37 Celsius. The leader has just done a 59.69.
And we are currently looking at Stats Pugachev has come through with a fast lap here. Looking to see what he got done. Alright, we'll take a look at his flying lap here. Since we have a small grid tonight, due to the Bridgestone Michelin tire debacle, we're going to be having 8 cars on the grid, so everyone will be getting as much opportunity as they want to get laps down for 30 minutes. On Earth was that? Pass. We're gonna take a look and we can find the current fastest lap. Jimmy Crooks and Ryan Flanagan, looks like they have connected. Car going 5. click on, what is this? Can't be correct. Fast lap here. Baller made. Fire. We are halfway through our 30-minute qualifying. Getting Jasper at a fast lap here. I will be back in just a moment while they continue. We're up to 11 people on the grid here tonight. A little bit better there. And we have got 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in qualifying. We still have Jeffrey Lawler up in the front with a 9.567. Best Pugachev is just off 0.119 back. Got W12's 592 thousandths back. Harry Parisian 0.27. Casper 0.593 off of that. So pretty tight spacing cars. Hopefully we'll see the track. It's pretty forgiving as far as space on the outside. If you go off track, there's not a lot of walls to end your race. So hopefully some clean racing here. Harry, who appears to be starting terrible. Let's see how he can do. Looks like we've got Eugenio heading out of. Going up late to qualies. Got time to get maybe 2 flying laps in. And hopefully everyone has practiced their pit exits, because it's very easy to accidentally turn off your pit limiter early. The actual end of the plane is well past the wall where you think it would be. I have been victim to that pit wall many times. And we've still got Lawler up at the front here. That's Pugachev in second, Kyle Blevins in third, Harry Parisian in fourth, Jasper Van Groot fifth, Eugenio Bear 101.70, Ryan Flanagan the 101.67, 7 in seventh place, Willie Atkinson eighth, and Alex ninth. Have Callan Shepard, who is yet to set a time along with Brooks. Did connect? I haven't seen out on. And Eugenio finding the wall. As he does like to do. Like Alec and Callan are not actively setting laps, so they may just be starting from where they are and seeing how the race develops. And we've got our first Hinchcliffe in chat. Welcome, welcome. A little bit smaller grid tonight, but hopefully have some good racing. How this start to this race gets off with cars on the grid. That offers up more room for the drivers, or if they'll end up getting bunched up. Now we have had a video go through the Discord with advice on how to launch the car. Whether or not that advice has been looked at is a whole different story, but we're hoping to see some starts from our racers. Got 12 seconds to get across the line for a flying lap. Let's see what or if anybody's gonna cross that line. Jasper and Kyle out on the track right now. And one thing to discuss is we do also have our positive balance of power in place. So the cars are 10% lighter and have 10% more power. So we are seeing some absolutely rapid times here. And Das is on the track. I don't know if he crossed the line. I don't think Jasper was able to improve on that. But we will check on it. Let's take a look at some race info here. We got a track temperature here in Indianapolis with a temperature of 37 Celsius. Relatively short track, 3.85 kilometers. A lot of it is straight, and some of it's involving the small portion involves the oval courses, the Indy course as well. We have a 26 kilometer an hour wind going across the track, 42% humidity, with an ambient temperature of 29 Celsius. So conditions aren't all that brutal right now. We're going to take a look at the results of our qualifying here, which has us with Jeffrey Lawler in first place, with Stas Pugachev in second, Kyle Blevins in third, Harry Parisian in fourth, Jasper Van Groothuis fifth, Ryan Flanagan in sixth, Eugenio Bear in seventh, Willie Atkinson in eighth, Alec Hinchcliffe ninth, 10th is Callan Shepard, 11th is me, apparently. I'm 11th, apparently. And then we have Jimmy Crooks in 12th. I don't know if Jimmy's actually here. Looks like he disconnected. So we're going to have 10 cars on the grid tonight. So we'll see how that pans out for everybody. Hopefully we can have some fun here tonight. So we've got 3 minutes before the race starts. I'm going to go ahead and play us in, and let's get ready to have some fun tonight. Oh, we've got a wimp in chat. Max seems too tired. Oh no. I'm just kidding. I know how tiring that can be. And I have just enough time. Enjoy. Quick pull. We will make sure that we are looking for our most exciting here. The drivers spinning up their tires here. very shortly. And here we go. We're getting ready to launch the cars. And here they go. That is what has happened tonight. The Bridgestone runners are here. And we've got a car that's spun out. And we've seen Jeffrey Lawler up at the front take off. Callan Shepard has a black flag. Not sure what that's for. He may have jumped the gun on the start. And so we are seeing Kyle Blevins has dropped back 7 positions. Alec Hinchcliffe has moved up 6 places through that. And Alec is going to be very happy with where he finds himself right now. I'd be happy if I could find my mouse across 3 screens. Oh, found it. Here we go. All right. Yeah, we've got 10 drivers, which is 4 more than they had in 2005. Which was basically, I believe Michelin couldn't guarantee through corner 13 that at high speeds it would last more than 10 laps, and Bridgestone, I believe, was fine. So they were proposing a potential speed limit, max speed, which was never gonna ever work. And it ended up with the Michelin runners, I believe, withdrawing, and only the Bridgestone drivers, which I believe was 6 cars. Alec has had a quick off track there. Looks like he's managed to recover it here. We're on board with Willie here, who is right where he started in 8th place. Let's take a look at what we've got going on. We've got a 3-man battle here between Gasper's actually just ahead. Then we got Eugenio, Ryan Flanagan, and Alec. And we might, ooh, very close. Good job by Eugenio holding that inside line and not pushing wide. That would have ended up with a contact. But we've got a nice little battle going on here. Already checking out up at the front, I believe. And I don't believe there's a DRS zone down this main straight. There might be. I might be crazy. We see Kyle Blevins is back out of the pits. Lawler is one of... Nice to see IBP3 at the moment. Next week will be the special event at Miami. Which I will be in the... Oh, we have Kyle Blevins with a meatball. Take a look and see if we can figure out what happened here. We had Willie crashing. See what happened here. Willie with just a ton of snap right there. And then we see Kyle going off track here. Oh no, that is a brutal hit. Absolutely brutal hit. On trip now with Harry, get to live. Get Cobblins with a meatball. Potentially maybe using his second fast repair. But we may after that. He's still connected, so he's still here. So we'll see what he's got after this go. We've got Lawler with a 2-second lead, it looks like here. Eugenio and Jasper having a battle. Eugenio should be getting DRS here. He is. I believe there's 2 DRS zones at this track. Eugenio on those mediums as well as Jasper. And to kind of update this, Jeffrey Lawler and Stas Pugachev are in the positions they started in, first and second place. Harry Parisian is up 1 position into third. Jasper is up 1 position into fourth. Eugenio is 2 positions up in fifth. Alec Hinchcliffe up 3 positions in sixth. Ryan Flanagan is down 1 position. Willie's still hanging out right where he started as well. And Kyle Blevins is still in the pits currently. We're going to see when he comes out. He's currently going to be 2 laps down. But still connected to the session, so... So Ryan Flanagan has had an issue. Looks like he's got a black flag that he's serving. I'm not sure what that's for, but we'll figure out here shortly based on how long that pit may just be a drive-through. But it is a long pit lane. It is a huge hit. You do not want to go into that pit lane more than 1 time. Looks like it's a stopping or a hold. I don't know. Let's see here. We got Eugenio still chasing down Jasper as they head towards the back portion of the track. And he's been 0.7 to 0.6 away from Jasper for quite some time now. He's going to use that DRS that he gets here to hopefully close that gap up a bit. Our current closest battle, Alec Hinchcliffe, a little bit behind them, about 6 seconds or so. And Jasper still holding on to this lead over Eugenio. Opened it up to 0.9 here. Eugenio will still get that slip, the DRS. Oh, it looks like he may have been out of range at the detection zone. Jasper going a little bit deep there. Eugenio picking up a little bit of time, taking that better turn 1 and 2. And we've seen how quickly things can go wrong on that curb right there. Looks like Kyle is going to be out of this race. He's 4 laps down. We currently have 9 cars still in the race here. And Eugenio managing to close the gap to Jasper here, down to under half a second. And Eugenio is looking for the switch back there. Oh, and we've just had a little bit of an incident there. See what exactly happened. Jasper gets loose, knocks Eugenio into the grass. Eugenio says, I'm gonna have to just get back on this way and just keep it clean. And Jasper, it looks like he leaves that open for him. And then Jasper looks like he's gotten it back. That has given Alec a massive opportunity to close the gap. I believe that's Alec behind them. Not Alec behind. That is Ryan Flanagan. Oh, he's got a very similarly colored car. And Eugenio gets DRS and still ends up in front of Jasper. As they make their way down towards the middle straight here. And we are on lap 12 here. Lawler's about to start lap 13 of 59 here. We have one big battle going on the track here. And Jasper has gone deep in this turn 1. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was the hairpin at the end. Yes, that turn. You all know. Eugenio finds himself with a nice little gap to the cars behind. He is 6 seconds from Harry ahead of him. Get done. Both on those medium tires. Lawler started on those hards and is still setting the fastest laps. Got himself 5.1, 5.2 second lead over Stas behind him. And Eugenio's been quick lately, so we'll see. And this is not technically a battle for first. I would call this a battle for third place. Eugenio does appear to be closing the gap here. He's up 3 positions. Started. Having a good race here. Hopefully we don't commentator curse him. Willie has left the pits last lap. down Flanagan. About 5 seconds ahead of Willie here. We'll jump on board with our leader here, see how he's doing. Making a lot of use. Oh, wow, a lot of use of that track. Using every single bit of the track. And decision from Lawler here. And we are on lap 17 of 59 here. These are pretty quick laps here, but it is a lot of laps. So things can get repetitive. We see Jasper jumping into the pits here. Get those mediums off. May feel like he's already beaten them up too much, so we'll see what he does after this. He's gonna go medium to hard. That is my guess. The Jasper will go medium to hard here. Try to run that out for the rest of the lap. We've gotten a good amount of fuel burnt out of that car. So jumping back onto a hard should have some significant grip still compared to those worn mediums. And I believe a warm track temperature that we've got. I believe it was in the 30s, so not too crazy, but I believe we've got a lot of right-hand turns here that put a lot of stress on that front left. Fortunately, track map is not. And we're on board with Eugenio in 4th place. He's closed the gap to Harry in front to under 5 seconds as he is on those mediums, as is Harry, but just making a little bit better use of it. Fortunately, Alec, like he had to jump. Holy dear, good God, what happened here? And we saw this in qualifying as well. And that is an obscene crash. We're glad this is sim racing and he's gonna be alright. But that is pretty brutal. Alec has had to jump to the pits on that one. have? Okay, so a lapped car battle. All right. I thought I was going crazy, but yeah, this is be Ryan Flanagan behind Eugenio, just looking to keep pace, probably get some free DRS to go a little bit quicker here. Hoping to see how long he can hold on to it. Yeah, Alec with an absolutely massive crash. Very delayed SDK noise. I don't know where that came from. It was very strange. And this has not been the most exciting race. A lot of cars have separated here, and we've got some pretty serious gaps. Looking to see if Eugenio can close this gap to Harry in front of him. Maybe he'll consider doing an undercut to try and gain some time on him, but we'll see what's going on here. Alec was running a great race until that incident. Finds himself back in the 9th place. Harry has had an incident way off the track. What on earth happened with Harry? Oh wow. Manages to keep it out of the wall, but absolutely out in left field there. And that's going to see Harry Parisian coming in for pits. I think he has a black flag here. And he's lucky to not have crashed. But we'll see. I'm not sure what he's serving that black flag. Eugenio's probably not a huge fan right now of a lapped car driving up his rear end as close as Ryan is right now. I personally, seems like Eugenio's got the pace minus the DRS. But yeah, he's probably not a huge fan of having that car right in his mirror's tire lap. So Eugenio, you see Harry, did he hit the wall? He did hit the wall. Steve, I'm not 100% sure. And he's coming out of the pits now. Down a little. And we still have no real main battles here on the track tonight. Everyone seems to be kind of falling into a time trial mode, and they're just ripping laps out here about halfway through the race. Oh no, and that's gonna be, looks like Ryan Flanagan smashing straight into that wall. That's gonna be a tow, and we'll see if he has another fast break. Eugenio is spinning out. He finally gets the car out from behind him and then decides to spin into the next corner. Classic. That's just beautiful. What an excellent display of skill and racecraft. So we'll be looking at our top four at the moment have not pitted. Don't believe we're gonna see any position changes, any of them, when they do decide to pit. Eugenio seems to be comfortable on those mediums. Colin Shepard is currently at flag right now. Instead of some sort. Be all right. And we are still seeing a couple people benefiting. Alec is, despite the crash, is still up a position from where he started. So if there's a silver lining, Willie, who is a lapped car as well, is also up 2 positions. Genio in third place is up 4 positions. I believe with the gap he has, Stas is coming in right now to get his pit in. Gonna go 27 laps on mediums. And maybe go to the heart? Very curious to see. Because if I was going to go to the hard tires, and it is, he's Stas is going to be swapping to the hard tires here. With about half the race to go, it just feels to me like he should, if he's going to swap to hards, he maybe could have done that a little earlier with. But we'll see. We've got our leader, Jeffrey Lawler, with hard tires on that he started the race with. We're going to see his plans for that. I'm going to guess with the gap that he's got, a 48-second gap. Being that massive gap here, we're going to see Lawler come in later and put on some soft tires and set down some absolutely rapid times. We are still just hanging out. Sass is closing the gap to you. See with those fresh hards what he can do. I think Eugenio needs to get in with these mediums ASAP and get this. I mean, I think he's unfortunately pushed mediums long to a kind of weird middle ground where he's losing time to the car behind him. They have fresh hards, and he could have gone in for fresh hards earlier. And I have this feeling he's trying to hold out for softs, but how much is those softs going to be able to make up for being end up being 3 seconds back, I think, after the pit. And Eugenio still staying out on these medium tires. Bass has gotten by him. Eugenio's gone off track. I did not even see or hear that. I was down. And there goes. Oh, somebody overshooting. That's gonna be Harry Parisian overshooting that turn. A lapped car. Got Stas, who has already got his pit done. We have yet to see Alan, Eugenio, or Lawler come in for their pits yet. Lawler is probably gonna run this to about lap 40, if I had to make a guess. And then throw some softs on. I don't know what Eugenio's plan is, because the longer he waits, the more time he's losing. Not just Stas. But now Callan is still in the lurking around, and oh, Callan hasn't pit though, so he's fine against Callan here. Baller, who's just gotten past Eugenio, Harry Parisian, and Ryan Flanagan. As we are coming around, we're going to be starting lap 36 here shortly. About 23 laps here to go. And we've got Eugenio finally coming into the pits. And you can see again how long of a pit lane this is. It does take a long time. We're seeing some full pit lane times from Callan or from Stas of 54.08 seconds. Means you're going to be losing about 40 seconds, I believe, in this pit lane due to how long it is. When Callan comes in, I guess that would be when that would be when I would assume that Lawler will look into the pits. It also have to do with the traffic Lawler has to deal with on the track. Gotten past a couple of cars. He's not gonna want to pit and put himself back behind them. Like I said, probably gonna run this for 3 to 7 more laps, and we'll see him come in before lap 45, I believe. But still running very clean. Last lap was a 103.5, faster than anyone else. And almost faster than anyone else's best lap other than Stas. So Stas is the only one that is anywhere near Lawler, and he should have to get that pit done with no problem. And Eugenio finds himself 33 seconds off of Callan, but Callan still has to pit here. And finds himself a minute off of Stas. Stas finds himself about 55 seconds off of Lawler, so really many battles here. Jasper is in 2 seconds, you know. He's gonna be looking to close that gap. We'll see what he can do here. It's our closest battle on the track. Jasper and you about a 3-second gap between them currently still. Jasper has got Stas behind him. Our second place car, so we should be seeing Jasper move out of the way here for Stas. Should be getting blue flagged at the moment. Doesn't appear to be offering that up, and that's cost him a ton of time here. As Stas starts his right to the track there. And this Lawler here is closing in on lapping Jasper, our 5th place car. Jasper tag as well. So he may have to come into the pits, but that is 4. And that was a dangerous pit entry. Let's see, Lawler is coming out of the pits as well. So Lawler seems like he's found a nice little and that is going to be everybody having gotten a pit in. It looks like we've got Lawler and Stassa are only 2 cars on the lead lap here, which is not a huge surprise as the length of the track is just over a minute long. But we've got Eugenio, we got Lawler in first, Stas Pukov in second, Eugenio in third with Callan Shepard in fourth. About a 8.5 second gap here. Callan went to softs, Eugenio went to hards. See how that plays out. Ryan Flanagan following Harry Paris. We've got Alec and Willie have actually developed into a close fight here. Alec is within point 0.6 of Willie. Very similar pit time or pit laps, only two lap difference in those tires, but Alex seems to have some good pace here. Looking to climb back from 9th to get himself into that 8th position. And up the road is Ryan Flanagan. That would be quite an achievement to get done with only 15 laps to go here. And Jasper, we're gonna have to check on that. Go ahead and watch that back. Coming around. Looks like he may be seeing a brake lock up here. Not much of a crash, just a little bit deep and getting a little slidey, but manages to hold that around safely, get back on track. And we are on board with Stas, who looks like he is right up behind Eugenio here. Harry Parisian, black flag here. We have got about 10.5 laps here to go tonight. And we've got a pretty big spread between all the cars here. Gasper's gone off track. He's entered the pit lane. And we are still just here with Eugenio and Callan Shepard having a great battle here. Callan's on those softs and Eugenio's on those hard tires. We'll see, do those soft tires have what it takes to make it to the end of this race? Eugenio's gonna get some DRS here. Length here should cover most of the grid. Gasper looks like he may be out of the race. Covers everybody but this covers everybody but Gasper. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much everyone. So Lawler ran hards for 40 laps and he is now 12 deep on those softs. Stas went for, I believe, the mediums, hards. We saw Callan Shepard go with, I believe, the mediums, softs, and you know, on the medium to hards as well. So we've got some varying pit strategies. And Eugenio falling a bit back here from Callan Shepard here. He's gonna need to try and keep these hards going as long as possible. He's not gonna get DRS here. Gonna see if he can close this gap back down. Billy has got only a 5-second gap to Alex. He can't do anything there. Ryan Flanagan had gone off track momentarily. be our closest battle at the moment. Ooh, we've got a car off the track. Harry Parisian. Might have been Stas right there. Stas just spins up those tires a little bit quick. Still hold on. I believe that's gonna put him 40. He's 42 seconds off of Lawler. That puts Allen not far off. Eugenio's still managing to hold on, but we've only got about 4 laps to go here. And we had a big lockup here into the turn 1 here. That may have been Allen. We've got Alec with a black flag into the pits. Let's see what is going on here. This is our battle for 3rd place. We've got Eugenio just over a second off of him. And he's got Harry Parisian battling him as a lapped car, which I'm not particularly fond of seeing. We want to see our cars up in the front that have earned it to get the right to race. Eugenio's dropped to about 2.9 seconds back here as he enters the main straight for lap 57. We're gonna have 3 laps to go here. Got Lawler, who's going to be crossing the line here very shortly to start the 8th lap of the race. So we're going to be on our penultimate lap here now. It seems to be losing a little bit of space here as Lawler jumps in front of Brian Flanagan. Need to work his way around everybody multiple times. And just on absolute rapid pace. His last lap is 8.2 off of 2nd place's fastest lap. So he's just throwing down absolute heaters here. And as he comes down here, he's have 2 turns before he starts his final lap. And we've got a car spinning out. That's going to be Brian Flanagan. Or no, I think that might have been Alec. That is Alec again, who almost... Oh my gosh. That was almost a absolute replication of qualifying. Alec locks up a little bit there into that hairpin. And then just getting on the gas. He's had some trouble in this turn. In this track. So we are on board with our leader here. And this is gonna be Lawler coming down. He's gonna have 2 turns to go here. He's got a very large gap. And we're going to see just just two cars here on the lead lap as we get Lawler here taking the win. Led from the beginning of the race all the way down to the last lap. Stas did give up that second position for a little bit, but gained it back. Got Eugenio finishing just a little bit off of. It looks like he will finish just a little bit off here. 2.5 seconds off of Callan. And that's going to be Callan crossing the line in 3rd place. Eugenio in 4th place. Harry Parisian looks like he should bring home 5th. We've got Stas Pugov securing the 2nd place. We've got Ryan Flanagan in 6th. Willie Atkinson gonna come across the line in 7th. Alec Hinchcliffe finishing in 8th. Jasper in 9th. Kyle Blevins 10th. And that is our running order. So we're going to grab as many people from Discord as we can and get a quick interview with them. And then we'll play out. Let's go ahead and we're going to grab Lawler here. Mr. Lawler. Mr. Lawler, congratulations, my friend. How fun was that race?
It was enjoyable. I thought Stats was looking pretty strong, so I was curious how that was going to go, but I think he regrets his strategy.
I think he had a semi big off. I know he still finished 7 off of you, but I think he had a significant off at one of the last corners before entering the oval, I guess we'll call it. But how did the strategy feel? I basically was thinking that you would run those hards till almost everyone behind you pitted and then go in and grab some softs, and it looks like that's what you did.
Yeah, it was just my plan was to go. I was gonna go 1 lap shorter, going into the race, but I just figured I didn't want to be that long in the sauce with the gap anyways, so might as well just go 1 lap extra. But yeah, I was surprised that I thought people would have seen I was on hards and kind of took a hint there, but I guess people had a different idea to just avoid the sauce, which if it works, it works. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I was surprised by a couple people that looked like they went from mediums to hards, waited almost as long as you did to go hard to soft. So it felt like kind of some bad strategies I felt like I was seeing out there. So kudos to you for figuring out I would call the optimal strategy. And just executing your laps were, some of your regular laps were faster than Stas's, almost faster than fast laps. So you definitely had the race well in control the whole time. So congratulations on that. Any shout outs you'd like to give tonight?
Just shout out to you, Alec, Harry, the whole staff team putting on a great league.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'll get you back down to the boys. That might be the only interview of the night, and I want to make fun of you, but yeah, I feel in a second.
You should block me in quali. I was a 10th up. That mother.
Well, how about Alec that almost murdered you in the exact same way as he did in quali in the race? And
I had experience, so I know how to dodge it.
I don't know if you know this, but he also crashed there another time that you weren't there. Exact same spot. He had three wrecks at that exact same wall between quali and the race. I was just glad he didn't collect you on the second one. third one. I can't remember.
Yeah, I was well prepared. Seeing him on the relative going the last corner, I'm like, all right, Alec, it's now or never.
Well, you're gonna hit. Oh, that one again. Okay. I'm
It's
trained.
like, where do you land this time? I'll live.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll send you back down. Thanks, man.
Yep, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in for the broadcast tonight. We will be doing some sort of broadcast for next week. We have a special event with Williams Toyota F1 car, and I will be drifting the track while they are racing the F1 car. So that should be a spectacle. So you'll want to tune in for that. But we are going to end the stream here, and I'm gonna get a little bit of racing here tonight. So I do appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully next official race, which will be in 2 weeks, we will have a little bit better numbers. But again, thank you guys for tuning in.